This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Jeff Custer. As he addressed the United Nations General Assembly at UN headquarters in New York Thursday, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson invoked both Kermit the Frog and ancient Greek poet Sophocles to make a point about climate change and turning towards a green economy. In his remarks, Johnson said Kermit was wrong when he once famously sang, "It's not easy being green." Johnson said it is easy. It's not only easy, it's lucrative, and it's right to be green. The British Prime Minister said his point was that green, or environmentally friendly investments, will not only help the countries of the world address climate change, they will also produce millions and millions of high-wage, high-skilled jobs. Johnson noted that he's hosting the 2021 UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, Scotland next month. He said Sophocles called mankind awesome, which can mean both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Johnson said in the next 40 days, the world has to choose what kind of awesome it's going to be. Meanwhile, better access to COVID-19 vaccines for low and middle-income nations is expected to dominate discussions for much of the rest of the day at the UN General Assembly. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa heads off a long list of African leaders set to address the Assembly, where vaccine access has been a major topic all week. While the United States and other wealthy nations have had more than enough vaccine doses for their populations and are now making plans for booster shots, other nations have struggled to get first doses into the arms of their populations. The African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports 4% of that continent's population is fully vaccinated. Ramaphosa, who participated in a virtual summit Wednesday convened by U.S. President Joe Biden to discuss boosting efforts to vaccinate the entire world, said only 2% of the 6 billion vaccine doses administered worldwide have been administered in Africa. This is VOA News. Experts say that while the Cumbre Viejo volcano on the Spanish Canary island of La Palma has continued to erupt for a fifth day Thursday, the massive lava flow moving across the island has slowed. Experts with the Canary Islands Volcanology Institute told the Associated Press the giant river of lava, 600 meters wide, that has advanced westward since Sunday, has slowed significantly. The lava has been incinerating everything in its path, including houses, schools, and banana plantations that produce the island's biggest export. The experts say the flow has slowed to 4 meters per day after reaching a plain on Wednesday. On Monday, a day after the volcano's initial eruption, it was moving at 700 meters per day. The lava now covers 166 hectares and has swallowed up at least 200 homes on the island. The Volcanology Institute told AP the eruption and its aftermath could last for up to 3 months. A UN special investigator on Myanmar Thursday accused that country's military junta of systematic attacks against the people of Myanmar that may amount to crimes against humanity. In a report submitted to the UN Human Rights Council meeting in Geneva, Special Investigator Thomas Andrews presented documented evidence of mass atrocities against Myanmar's people. He says more than 1,100 people have been killed, more than 8,000 arbitrarily arrested, and 230,000 forcibly displaced since February 1st, when the military junta seized control of the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi. He provided details of the killings of protesters in the streets, of beatings and torture, of people in detention, and of entire villages being attacked by bombs and rocket-propelled grenades. He said no one is being spared, not even the children, and noted at least 75 children aged 14 months to 17 years have been killed by junta forces as of July. Andrews said Myanmar needs the vigorous support of the international community and called for coordinated international action and targeted economic sanctions against the junta. As the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season reaches its peak, forecasters at the U.S. National Hurricane Center are watching a tropical depression in the southern Atlantic, which they say will likely be a hurricane in the next several days. Tropical Depression 18 is likely to become Tropical Storm Sam before the end of the day Thursday and continue strengthening into Friday. It is still nearly 3,000 kilometers from the Leeward Islands of the Caribbean, but forecasters say the storm is on a westward track, which could bring it precariously close to land. Forecast models differ on where exactly the storm is headed, with some depicting it as heading out to sea, while others bring it close to the Leeward Islands and the Lesser Antilles in the Caribbean. All projections expect the storm system to intensify and become a hurricane by early next week. If it forms as expected, Sam will be the 18th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. Via remote, I'm Jeff Custer.